Okay, so you're ready to take your business online, right? You've got this awesome idea,
Yeah.
and you're finally ready to build that website.
Yeah.
Naturally, you want it to look amazing, right?
Of course.
So you're looking for a web designer. You want someone who can make your site pop, stand out from the crowd.
Makes sense.
You start checking out portfolios, and wow, there's some seriously impressive stuff out there.
Yeah, some real artists these days.
Exactly. But hold on a sec, because here's the thing. What about the ethics of web design?
Interesting.
That's right, the ethics. I mean, have you ever thought about that?
Honestly, not really. It's not usually the first thing that comes to mind when you're looking at a website, you know?
I know, right? But that's why we're diving into this.
Right.
We stumbled across this document titled ethicalwebdesigner.pdf,
Okay.
and it got us thinking, like, what makes a web designer, ethically sound? How does that even play into the whole design process?
I'm intrigued. Let's dig into this ethical web design thing.
Yeah, let's do it. So, like, the first thing this document really stressed was the whole client first, portfolio second mentality.
Right.
And it seems pretty straightforward, like, duh. Of course you'd want a designer who prioritizes you, the client.
Yeah.
But what does that actually look like in the real world,
That's a great question. I think it starts with a designer who's really willing to listen, to understand what you're all about, what your business is about,
Right.
more than just trying to, like, shoehorn in the latest design trends or something just because it'll look cool in their portfolio.
Totally. So, like, instead of pushing for that super flashy animated homepage that might be all the rage,
Right.
an ethical designer might actually say, hey, you know what would actually be better for converting your website visitors into paying customers? A clean, easy-to-navigate layout.
Exactly. It's about effectiveness, not just aesthetics.
Yes, prioritizing what serves you best.
100%.
Okay, and this ties into another huge point the document made, transparency. And let's be honest, we've all had those moments where a project, any project, just goes completely off the rails.
Oh, tell me about it.
And it's like, where did this come from? Why didn't anyone see this coming?
It's the worst.
The worst, right. This document emphasizes the importance of clear communication every single step of the way.
Which makes sense. A good designer is going to be upfront about the timelines, the costs, what you're actually getting. They should give you a detailed quote and talk about anything that could affect the price.
It's all about eliminating those nasty surprises, right?
No one likes those surprise invoices.
No one. Now, let's talk about something that always seemed a little bit, I don't know, like lawyery to me, intellectual property.
But okay.
But this document made it crystal clear why it matters, especially when we're talking about your website.
Absolutely, because it's your brand, right? You're investing in something that represents your business. So you really want to make sure you own all of it. The designs, the fonts, the images, everything.
It's like you pay for it, you should own it, right?
Exactly. Otherwise, you could run into legal issues down the road, and no one wants that.
Okay, so you're saying, like, I can't just use any cool font I find online.
Yeah, it's trickier than people realize. A good ethical designer is only going to use stuff that's properly licensed or work with you to create custom elements that you own outright.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
It's about protecting you in the long run.
Okay. Now, this document also mentioned finding a designer who's, like, passionate about their work.
Right.
And that sounds great in theory, but how does that actually benefit me, the client, in a tangible way?
Well, when a designer is truly passionate about what they do, it shows in the quality of their work. It's like anything else, really. They're invested in your success because they see your website as a reflection of their skills and their own dedication.
Right. So it's the difference between someone just going through the motions and someone who's, like, really pouring their heart into it.
Exactly. And that translates to better results, more attention to detail, being more responsive to your needs, and genuinely wanting you to be over the moon with the final product.
And all of that, it seems, boils down to one really essential element: trust.
Yeah.
The document really emphasized how ethical behavior builds those strong, lasting client relationships that are like gold in the business world.
Totally. When you've got that foundation of trust, you're not just hiring a service, you're potentially finding a long-term partner who really gets your brand and can help you navigate the whole crazy, constantly changing online landscape.
Okay, so to wrap things up here, let's talk brass tacks, pricing. The document stresses fair and transparent pricing from the very beginning.
Absolutely. No bait and switch tactics, no hiding fees. A good designer will work with your budget, and if something unexpected comes up, they'll be upfront about it.
Love that.
Thanks.
Okay, last but not least, this document also highlighted meeting deadlines as a key component of ethical design.
Right, because your time is valuable, and they need to respect that. They should understand that your website launch is tied to your business goals, and they need to deliver.
This has been eye-opening. So as we've seen in this deep dive, ethical web design, it's about so much more than just a pretty website.
It really is.
It's about trust, transparency, shared values, all those things that make a real difference in building an online presence that's not only visually appealing, but also built on a solid ethical foundation.
And it makes you think, what other areas in business, even in life, could benefit from a little more focus on ethics, you know? What seems like a small detail could actually have a huge impact.
It's all connected, right? Food for thought.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
See you next time.